In the year 1966, one humble doctor discovered the truth and changed obesity forever.
Such an honor to be able to participate in a tribute to Ed Mason, one of the really greats in our field and one of the great surgeons of all time.
For decades, bariatric surgery has taken flight because of the vision of Dr. Edward E. Mason. Dr. Edward E. Mason was born on October 16, 1920, in Boise, Idaho. His father was Edward F. Mason, who taught photojournalism at the University of Iowa. His mother was an accomplished sculptor.
My mother made this when I was 12 years old. She could make a bust like this in about 45 minutes.
His family moved to Iowa City when he was 9 years old. He obtained his undergraduate degree and went to medical school at the University of Iowa. He completed his PhD in surgery at the University of Minnesota in 1944. Dr. Mason married Dordana, who received her master's in nutrition from the University of Iowa as well. They had 4 children, 1 daughter and 3 boys. To date, they have 17 grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Dr. Mason was instrumental in establishing the American Society of Bariatric Surgery.
We had the American Society for Surgery, so we had an American Society for Bariatric Surgery.
Dr. Mason began an annual postgraduate course for the surgical treatment of obesity called the Bariatric Surgery Colloquium at the University of Iowa, with the first one in 1979.
We were 70 surgeons helping each other.
In 1983, at the Bariatric Surgery Colloquium, the ASBS was officially formed, with approximately 70 members in attendance.
I didn't realize, but towards the end of the meeting, you congratulated us all that we were all founding members of ASBS.
Dr. Mason was the first president of the ASBS and served between 1983 and 1985.
Who decided that?
I did.
Another important contribution from Dr. Mason was his initiative to track the outcome of patients who underwent bariatric surgeries years before anyone else did, and initiated the International Bariatric Surgery Registry in 1996, which has accrued more than 30,000 patients.
You can't analyze data if you don't have it.
And we owe him a lot for that because he gave us a strong foundation to build on.
I'm thankful for Dr. Mason's, for his patience, persistence, honesty, and forward thinking.
We owe him a deep debt of gratitude for all that he's provided for all of our patients.
He is maybe one of the greatest visionaries in our field and of all time in the profession of surgery.
Those are enormous things that Ed did, and he's world famous for and will remain deservedly that way.
Becoming a landmark for all of them, and for his entire life, he's still a landmark for every obesity surgeon.
You are a great surgeon, an innovative scientist, an excellent mentor, a great but humble leader, an exemplary family man.
And I think that we're so very, very fortunate to have an amazing man like you, Ed Mason, to be the father of our organization. We would not be where we are today if it wasn't for you. And this whole video, all of this is for you. We are where we are today because you helped build a strong foundation for us.
Today, Dr. Mason is 94 and lives with his wife Dordana, who is 92 years old. Dordana reads a book each day and chooses them from the public library. Dr. Mason enjoys taking naps, taking care of their house, and exercise.
I swim every day during the week. It's not open on the weekend. And I've sort of developed a geriatric stroke.
Goodbye, Ed, and please don't forget to embrace Dordana for me. Goodbye.
From each of the members of the American Society of Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery, we salute you and say thank you.
I'm afraid of being buried in email.